Good morning and welcome to the dedication and ribbon cutting ceremony for our new school. It is great to see so many community and business leaders, school board members, school employees, students, and patrons here today. This crowd is a testament to the importance of this event to our community. I'm Dr. Jeanette Turner, Acting Superintendent of Arkadelphia Public Schools, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today to dedicate this building and celebrate this momentous event. When asked if we wanted to have some fanfare surrounding this event, I said absolutely. It is not every year that we open a new school in our community. Across the parking lot, you will see what was until now our newest school, Arkadelphia High School, which was built over 40 years ago. In fact, we still refer to it as the new high school, and I suspect we will refer to this as New Goza for many, many years to come. We are grateful for this opportunity to hold the ceremony today. We were beginning to wonder if it would happen because of all of the wet weather, but it was important to all of us to involve our students on this occasion because after all, students, this building is for you. At this time, the Arkadelphia High School JROT's Color Guard will present the colors. They are under the direction of First Sergeant Stephen Wages.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms! Right, face! Forward, march!
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Casey Modell, President of the Arkadelphia School Board.
Thank you, Dr. Turner. The Lord does love Arkadelphia. It was supposed to be raining right about now, but he pushed it off to noon so that we could have this magnificent event. It's good to see everybody here this morning. 5 years ago, the good people of Arkadelphia made a generous commitment to support this district's students, instructional faculty, and support staff. Today, phase one of that commitment stands completed behind me, a facility that is equal to the effort and the dedication that our students and educators give every day to the cause of educational excellence. On behalf of the Board of Education, I extend my endearing gratitude to this community for their investment in our public schools, and I thank Nabholz Construction for their outstanding work realizing this vision despite our endless rain. Let's give Nabholz a round of applause, please. As public schools prosper, communities prosper. And as we lay the groundwork for an ever brighter future for this district, may the new Goza Middle School stand as a monument to one enduring truth. It's a great day to be an Arkadelphia Badger. Thank you. All right, enough talking from people in sport coats. Do you want some entertainment? All right, well, put your hands together for the combined Goza Middle School and Arkadelphia High School choirs.
The flag from your way. Maybe the window picks up again.
Give our choirs another round of applause. They did a great job this morning. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Charles Nabholz, Chairman Emeritus of Nabholz Construction Corporation. Nabholz provided the construction management services for this project.
Thank you very much. And thank you and welcome everybody. It's great to see the school kids here today, and what a wonderful choir we just heard, and the honors guard that made their presentation earlier. This is a special event, and I am honored to represent Nabholz Construction Company here today to celebrate this occasion. And Dr. Model mentioned the weather that we've had, and if you're a contractor or a farmer, weather's been on your mind a lot the last 12 months, and it certainly has affected this job here. But I want to give a good shout out to our on-site people who, in spite of the bad weather, brought this building to the point where it is today. Dale Dixon and Blake Kreitz, and Dale was our project superintendent, and Dale Kreitz was assistant superintendent, and Eunice Mohammed here, who kept them both in line and kept his job on the relatively decent schedule that we're at today. But we can see the finish line, and we're anxious to get in and finish up our work so that the school district can have the building. You know, safety is one of our major cultures, and if I don't trip over the wires here today and hurt myself at my age, that's pretty easy to do. We've enjoyed an incident-free job, and there's been thousands of hours of man hours and woman hours that's put on this project. And we're happy to say that no one left the job because of an accident, and that's something that we should all be very proud of. And again, my hat goes off to the project team who kept a safe environment, and all the subcontractors and vendors and everybody who participated in this project to keep this a safe environment. You know, there are really three significant events, and you school children have participated in this, the third event that many of you participated in. The first big day is obviously after the 5 years of hard work, Dr. Model, and all the efforts that went into getting the funding for this project. You finally get to the point of going forward, and you have a big groundbreaking ceremony, which is a day when everybody anticipates what's this building going to look like? Is it going to be built on time? And is it going to be what we hoped it would be? And a lot of excitement about the anticipation of the building. And at midpoint, we usually have what's called a topping out ceremony. That's when the last highest beam is put in, and it's a celebration for the safety or in the progress of the project. And we have people come out and help celebrate that event. And of course, the biggest event is the the dedication of the building, the ribbon cutting today, which we're here to celebrate. And we're so excited to be here, and I just can't thank the people enough that were involved. Anytime a building like this comes to this stage, it meant there was a lot of teamwork involved, teamwork between the Arkadelphia School District, the contractor, and the architect, and teamwork on the job site with all the subcontractors. So again, I'm honored to be here, and my hat's off to everybody who helped make this dream come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nabholz, for being here with us today. It was a pleasure meeting you. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge French Architects out of Hot Springs as the architects for this project. David French sends his regrets as he was unable to be here today, but there are members of his team, of his firm, on hand today to help us celebrate. Okay, the Goza Jazzlers and cheerleaders will perform next. We'll give them a moment to get set up. They are coached by Miss Kimberly Ellison and Miss Vanessa Rogers, respectively. They've also requested that you join them along in their cheer. Round of applause. Thank you, Jazzlers and cheerleaders, for being here today. Next, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Rex Nelson. He is currently the senior editor of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, a columnist and sports announcer. This is just to name a few of his roles. He wears and has worn many hats in his storied career. But he is here today as an alumnus and supporter of Arkadelphia schools. Thank you, Mr. Nelson, for taking your time to be here today.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. What a great day to be home. I've lived in Little Rock for the last 30 years since moving back to Arkansas from Washington, D.C., but Arkadelphia will always be home. You mentioned that the high school is more than 40 years old. I can confirm that because I graduated from Arkadelphia High School 41 years ago and went to the 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade all in that building. Hard to believe that was the last built building. So this is a momentous day. This is a day that you will remember for many, many years to come, because it's not every day that you open a new school building. But I think it speaks to something that really speaks to what this whole community is all about, what Arkadelphia is all about, and why I've always been so proud to be from Arkadelphia, and that is, this has always been a city that values education. Arkadelphia is one of the oldest cities in the state, having been on the Ouachita River. It was a river port, and even in the years before and after the Civil War, this was a place where the leaders were really focused on starting institutes, on starting colleges, on starting the first school for the blind was here in Arkadelphia, for instance. So it was a place that always focused on education. After the Civil War in 1886, the business leaders got together and convinced the Baptists to put their college here, what now, of course, is Ouachita Baptist University. 4 years later, in 1890, the business community came together again and offered incentives for the Methodists to put a school here. Originally Arkadelphia Methodist College. When the Methodists decided to pull out, the business leaders got together once more, convinced the state to take that on, and that is now Henderson State University. You combine Ouachita and Henderson with a great public school district, which we have, and I think in the knowledge-based economy of the 21st century, you truly have unlimited potential. When I was growing up, Joe, as you well know, the old Southern Standard used to have a little thing that looked like Greek columns, and it said Athens of Arkansas. And I always took great pride in that we would declare Arkadelphia as the Athens of Arkansas, a place where learning is important. But never has it been more important now than, as I said, in the knowledge-based economy of the 21st century. You look across South Arkansas, Mr. Nabholz and I were talking about this, is generally struggling right now. Towns are losing population all over South Arkansas. The towns that tend to do well, that tend to be stable, are college towns, an Arkadelphia, a Monticello, a Magnolia. So we are well set to do well if we continue to focus on education all the way from kindergarten through college. That is what this city has traditionally done, and by opening this building today, it is sending a message again that Arkadelphia is still a place focused on education. I spent 4 years working for an organization called the Delta Regional Authority, where we did economic and community development in parts of 8 states. And every community I would go to, they would say, what is the single most important thing we can do to bring our community forward? And I said it was make your public school district as good as it can possibly be. This is a school district that has succeeded. It's a school district that has continued to succeed. I spoke to the Badger Scholars Banquet a few weeks ago and noted at the high school level, a state football championship, a state band championship, a state quiz bowl championship, all in the same school year. Arkadelphia should be very, very proud of its school district. And when the residents of Arkadelphia, the voters of Arkadelphia stepped up and said, yes, we are going to do these new facilities, they were doing exactly what those leaders did back in the 1800s when they attracted what is now Ouachita, when they attracted what is now Henderson. They were saying that education matters. Education is the future. You are the future. You should be very proud of being from Arkadelphia. You should be very proud of this new Goza Middle School. Congratulations. Enough of me talking. I say let's cut the ribbon now. How about it? Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Thank you. As he said, next we will hold the ribbon cutting.